Hello and welcome to Across Louisiana. My name is Steve Sawyer, your host for the show today. We've got a busy show lined up. We have Sandra Dartusa, who is with Festigals. Sandra Herman. Sandra is the board president for the Louisiana Center for Women in Government and Business. Ms. Cherie Moore. Cherie is the director of development for the Mercy Endeavor Senior Center. Jerald White. Jerald is the founder and director of the New Orleans Loving Festival. And first-time guest, Mr. David Gelman, is the Director of Education for Junior Achievement of Greater New Orleans. A great show lined up for you today. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. I greatly appreciate you being a part of the show today. We've got a long show today with a lot of great information, and we're so happy to have Miss Sandra Dartusa in the studio today. Sandra is with Festigals, and we got a little thing flashing here. So
we're getting ready for lots of women to have a good time in New Orleans, June 19th through 22nd.
And I'm a proponent for that, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Sandra, let's talk about the mission of Festigals, if you can give us a little background on that.
Sure. Diane Lines of Accent on Arrangement started Festigals in 2011. And it is a nonprofit 501c3 corporation dedicated to uniting women of all ages, professions, and cultural backgrounds for an informative weekend in New Orleans, an festive weekend here in New Orleans that empowers, addresses timely issues for women, and supports women's causes.
And I mean, just a myriad of topics is talked about.
Oh, we do everything from this year. We have Amy Parnes, who's a co-author of the book about Hillary Clinton, to a flirting expert who'll tell you how to use your skills, both personally and professionally, for to move ahead in your career. Huh. And we have Tori Johnson, who is a fabulous empowerment speaker, a very powerful woman, coming in for a presentation on our Branding You Day, which is all day Friday, June 20th. And then we have a lot of fun activities too. We have Dressing for Success. We have how women should excel in sports just like men do. Because, you know, guys growing up learned how to knock each other down and then be friends afterwards. Girls got their feelings hurt. And, you know, those skills that you learned growing up in team sports, you bring into the boardroom where girls didn't have that. But today they do.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, I learned how to knock people down. I don't know if I was ever friends with them. Sandra, your website is festigals.org.
That's right.
All the information on the event.
All the information, including our bodacious bras for a cause, which you see right here. This is from Cherie Harrison Nelson, Queen Reese, who's a Mardi Gras Indian. This one is from a local fashion designer, and we have about 30 bras designed by local celebrities, people like B-52's Fred Schneider, Angela Hill, a whole gamut of people. Mary Catherine Dartusa, who started the crew of Shangri-La. We have a crew of Muses bras. These are auctioned off. We've raised $40,000 in 2 years to benefit the Cancer Association of Greater New Orleans, and we'll be doing that on June 21st. And, you know, because women, you know, you go through cancer and you need wigs and prosthesis and meds that the insurance doesn't pay for. So this is our way of giving back to women in the community.
Oh, that's incredible. Is this the second, third? What year is this for your event?
This is our fourth
annual
Festigals. And I wanted to say that at this luncheon, we are going to have the Sweet Potato Queen, who's got a huge following. She's from Jackson, Mississippi. Her name is Jill Connor Brown, and she'll be coming in with all her sweet potato girlfriends, we hope.
Wow.
And we also have a Saints and Sinners morning. I mean, there's so much going on during Festigals. So whether you're a local, anywhere across the state of Louisiana, whether you're coming in from Maine, it's a great time for women to get together, to network, to build friendships, and to become empowered and improve themselves personally and professionally.
Sandra, it sounds incredible. And again, the website is festigals.org. We're going to put that on the screen as we close out the segment. All the information on the event can be seen there. An incredible cause, and it sounds like something that's going to be a lot of fun, so we encourage you to get out and be a part of that. Sandra, thanks so much for being today. Appreciate it.
Bring stilettos for the stiletto stroll.
Bring stilettos. All right. Sandra, thank you so much.
Thanks.
And we'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Again, appreciate you being a part of the show today. So happy to have Sandra Herman. Sandra is the board president for the Louisiana Center for Women in Government and Business. And Sandra, thank you for taking time to be here today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Sandra, this being your first time to be here, let's talk about the mission of your organization.
Well, the Louisiana Center for Women in Government and Business is housed at the university in Nichols, major university, and we strive to promote women in all areas of interest, to become the kind of person that they want to be, whether it be in business or public service. We have workshops, we have seminars, we have wonderful meetings, and we also like to share in the achievements of women and getting away from the mean girls point of view. We're trying to teach people how to collaborate together and support each other.
And some of your core programs, talk about some of those.
Well, we have every year what's coming up, the Academy, the Girls Leadership Academy. It's statewide. Hundreds of girls apply. They have to be 10th or 11th grade, and they come to Nichols and they're housed there, and they have lessons on communications, and they travel to Baton Rouge and go through the Capitol, meet the governor. They're taught leadership skills and cooperating with each other. Last year we had a girl that came, and she was shy and hesitated to present herself. But after going through the program, she went back to her school, ran for SGA president, won.
Wow.
And she asked us if she could come back this year and tell the girls what it means.
Oh, isn't that special?
Yes,
That's great.
very, very good for us.
That's great. Sandra,
Yes.
your website is louisianawomen.org.
Yes.
Information about the organization and your academy is June the 8th through the 11th, I believe. So
Yes.
information about that can be seen on the website?
Yes, I just want to mention that we have as a keynote Elizabeth Smart, who's traveling the country now, teaching about child abuse. And so those tickets can be purchased. That is open to the public on Wednesday, the 11th.
Now, if I was a girl that was interested in being a part of this, how would I go about doing that?
We send out a letter every spring to every high school in this state, and it's up to the high school to get the girls involved. But if a girl sees this and wants to get involved, she could, talk to her schools about it.
Is there a certain number that you can only have? I mean, there's a cutoff number?
Right, we have 50.
50? Wow. So is it like first come, first serve, or?
It usually is. I mean, we certainly don't discriminate against any girl that wants to come.
Yeah, and then as far as, is there an admission cost to be a part of this?
No,
or?
they are actually sponsored by
the
different,
school?
The school and a lot of our supporters.
Wow, that's incredible. That sounds like such a great. I remember when I was growing up, we had something called Boys State. Boys State. That's exactly what it was.
Yes.
So
Did you get to go?
I did go one year.
Oh,
it was
wow,
absolutely phenomenal. So as I'm listening to this, I'm just kind of reflecting back on when I went through that, and I could say it was probably one of the most enjoyable things growing up that I ever did.
Terrific.
It's pretty cool. I'm not going to say how long ago that was. But
No, well, we won't get into that.
Sandra, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
so
a part of the show
much.
again, and we're going to put it on the screen. The website is louisianawomen.org. All the information about the upcoming Leadership Academy is going to be on that website, and again, would encourage 50 people are going to be on that, so we'd encourage you to get your name in there as quick as possible. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Again, thank you for being a part of the show today. We appreciate it. Very happy to welcome Cherie Moore with us. Cherie is the Director of Development for the Mercy Endeavor Senior Center. Cherie, thank you so much for taking time to be on the show today. We appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me on the show today.
Mercy Endeavors, this is your first time to be on the show. So with that, tell us a little bit about the organization and kind of background, history, and what you do.
Okay, well, Mercy Endeavor Senior Center is an active day center for local seniors in New Orleans. We're located in the Irish Channel, the Lower Garden District, and we're actually located on St. Andrews Street, which is about a block off of Magazine. And we're currently in the St. Alphonsus Convent, which is why we are trying to get a new facility on Jackson Avenue, and I'll give you a little bit about that in just a minute. But what we service about 100 seniors, and we have a bus that goes and picks up the seniors, brings them to our center daily. We have bingo classes twice a week for the seniors. We have computer classes. You wouldn't believe it, but seniors are learning Facebook and Twitter and things like that.
Trust me, with my parents, I believe it.
It's a lot of fun to see a 99-year-old, because
Wow.
we have a 99-year-old that actually will sit on the computer as well. So it's a lot of fun. And then we have crafting classes and art classes. We have Zumba and exercise classes. We do outings to the museums and parks, picnics, anything we can do to help them enrich their lives and keep them independent and healthy.
Now, there's no, you mentioned that you have a bus that goes and picks folks up, takes them back, so there's really no overnight stays or anything like that?
No, it's a day center for active seniors.
Okay.
And the bus will also take them to medical appointments. They can book the bus, which is a great thing.
Oh, really?
We also go to Walmart and the dollar store, so they're really excited about going to their outings to Walmart and the dollar store as well.
Listen, I get excited about going to Walmart anyway.
Yeah.
Cherie, your website is mercyendeavors.com. We'll put that on the screen. All the information about the center can be found on the website, and
Yes.
for seniors who are interested in being involved. Do you have like a limited number of people that you service, or?
We do, because of our size right now. We're hoping with our new center that we'll be able to accept more seniors.
Okay.
Right now we cap it at about 100 seniors, and we have a few spaces right now available. We were capped off before, but we opened up a few spaces. So if anybody's interested, it's a $35 membership fee for the year.
Wow.
And that includes 2 meals a day. So they get a hot meal in the morning and for lunch.
$35
$35,
for a year?
yes.
Wow,
Well, we do have a lot of low income and extremely low income seniors that live in the area that are members.
Before we run out of time, let's talk about the event that you're going to be having on July the 8th.
Sure. We have the event on July 8th, which is with the Big Easy Cocktail Club, and we're the beneficiary of their event. We're having it at the Irish House, which is in New Orleans on St. Charles.
My favorite places.
So yes, we're happy to have it there. It's right in our neighborhood, and we're raising money. It'll be a $5 admission charge to get in, and of course any other additional donation is welcome. And they'll have some specials over there. And we're raising money for our new building. We had some other fundraisers earlier, Jazzing on Jackson and Give NOLA, that also raised money for our new building. This building is going to be on a plot of land on Jackson Avenue and Rousseau, which is about a block up from Tchoupitoulas. And the land was donated by Jamie Coleman.
Okay. Have you broken ground yet?
No,
or?
we haven't.
Okay.
We're hoping to in the fall, early fall.
Yeah. Well,
So-
listen, good luck on that. Congratulations
Thank
on your
you.
event. Again, the website is mercyendeavors.com. All the information about the July 8th event can be found on that, as well as information about the Senior Center. Cherie, thanks so much for being here, and we will be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Happy to have Mr. Jerald White. Jerald is an old friend of ours. He's the founder and director of the New Orleans Loving Festival. And Jerald, you wanted to be on the show bad. You just drove all the way in from Indiana
Yes,
to be
that's
on the show. Gerald told me he just got in town, so we appreciate you rushing over to the studio
Not a
to be
problem.
on the show. Gerald, listen, your organization does so much wonderful stuff for maybe our first-time viewers. If you could talk a little bit about the Loving Festival and what your organization is and what you're all about.
Sure. The New Orleans Loving Festival, it's a community celebration and film festival that challenges racism through outreach and education. And the organization was inspired by a couple who couldn't get a marriage license here in Louisiana. And we decided that we wanted to do something proactive, and positive to highlight the diversity of our community, and the festival kind of evolved out of that.
Yeah. Now, and when I think the last time you were on the show, I don't know if we had a picture of that, but you were. What was the year that took place?
We had photos of Richard and Mildred Loving, and that they were an interracial couple. They had a landmark Supreme Court decision that ended all race-based prohibitions on marriage in the United States. And so part of our festival is to celebrate their legacy on Loving Day, which is typically June the 12th.
Gotcha, and that's kind of what I want you to talk about, because that was just such an inspirational story. Can information be found on the web about exactly what that was and everything?
Absolutely. You can go to our website, which is lovingfestival.org, and we also have a Facebook page that has a detailed schedule. And there's lots of information about Richard and Mildred Loving on the internet.
I mean, I mean, I went and looked at it after the show that day because it's just such a phenomenal story, and it's just something that happened here, and I love things that are like that when they happen here and are a part of history. So you've got a big event coming up in June I'm going to let you talk a few minutes about as well.
Sure. We're going to be opening the festival with a solo art exhibit featuring Samantha Wall. She's a Portland-based artist. She spent time here in New Orleans drawing images of multiracial women. And so we're highlighting families this year as well. We have a photo exhibit of multiracial families that we'll be featuring. We're also on June 12th. We're going to have an ice cream social that's open to the community. We'll have kids games, music. Just really the idea is to highlight, the diversity of our community and create a space where people feel comfortable coming together and celebrating who we are.
Yeah. Do you think you've ever been to, and you've traveled a lot, have you ever been to a place that's as diverse as New Orleans?
You know, I think that it'd be tough to find a place that has more diversity than New Orleans, and it's something that I feel that we should celebrate. And we're trying to do that through the arts this year, focusing on different programs. We have a group art exhibit with artists from all over the country. We have a Pulitzer Prize-winning photographer, James Edward Bates. He's going to be showing some of the photographs that he has. He's been documenting the Ku Klux Klan across the country for the last 16 years.
Wow.
We'll have some of his work. There's Jave Yoshimoto, who is a very well-established visual artist that's going to be participating as well. Lots of local artists, Jose Torres-Tama, Soraya Jean Lewis McElroy. You got to go to the site and check it out.
Free and open to the public?
The festival events are free and open to the public, and it gets bigger and bigger each year. So we appreciate this opportunity to share information.
I am so proud to have you as a part of the show and just what you're doing to the community. I wish we had more people that do what you do, and they're telling me right now if I don't wrap this up, they're going to throw something at me. But I want to, real quick, the website is lovingfestival.org. Jerald, always a pleasure to have you on the show. Please come back, tell us how the festival went. If you've got photos and things that you want to bring back as well, we'd love to have you back. Best of success for the festival. Stay with us. We'll be right back with our final guest. Welcome back to Across Louisiana. Our final guest today is Mr. David Gelman. David is the Director of Education for Junior Achievement of Greater New Orleans, an incredible organization. And David, thank you so much for coming in. You said you've been with JA for about 3 years now?
I have, yep.
Yeah. And coming from another JA?
New Jersey, actually.
And you were involved in JA?
No, I wasn't involved with Junior Achievement. Other nonprofit work, I came down here on an AmeriCorps service trip in 2007, and then repeatedly as an alumni afterwards.
Well, good for you. So I believe this is the first time we've had somebody from Junior Achievement on the show. So if you will, just give us a little background information about Junior Achievement, kind of the mission of the organization and so forth.
Absolutely. Junior Achievement is an organization that recruits and trains volunteers to deliver financial literacy activities to students. We have a curriculum that's used nationally, internationally actually, and we place the volunteer in the classroom setting or in a simulation setting where they can use these hands-on materials to teach students about workforce readiness, financial literacy, writing a check, starting a business, practical out of the classroom type things.
Yeah, I was on the board for GAA for many, many years. It's just an incredible organization, and for business people who like to volunteer and do things that are really worthwhile. Sure. I think GAA is one of the best ones because you get to use your business experience to kids who really want to learn and really want to know, and I mean really appreciate what you're doing in there. Your website is jagno.org. Yep. All information about Junior Achievement can be found there, including classes.
Different programs, how to sign up to volunteer. Volunteers drive our organization,
Absolutely.
So we're always grateful to involve them, and we like to say we make it fun and easy for you as a volunteer.
And what do you do, I mean, school's out during the summer, of course, so what do you do What do you do during the summer?
We're fortunate to have a partnership with NORDC, New Orleans Recreation Development Commission. we're actually engaging every high school student that's participating in that summer program. They come to our finance park simulation this summer, over 1,000 students, where you're an adult for a day, you're given a salary, a marital status, children, a job. You get that salary, you have to buy a car, buy a house, take out a loan, pay your water bill, a very practical way to teach them about personal finance. And if you go over budget, the system won't let you check out. Yeah, it's really putting them in the driver's seat. And you say, you have 3 kids, you can't get a sports car, you need a minivan, and you need to think, you know, it gives them an adult responsibility in one day like that.
Man, I should have had my daughter in that class.
A lot of people say that. Adults come and volunteer, and they say, I can use this too. I didn't learn this in school.
Oh, yeah. You know what, that is amazing, because those are the things, and I'm not knocking the school system, don't get me wrong, but those are the things that you don't learn in school, things like that. What are some of the events that y'all do during the course of the year? Talk about, I mean, I know JA is a nonprofit organization. I believe you have like a golf tournament that you do.
We do. In the fall, we have a golf tournament over on the North Shore. We have a City Stars soiree in November where we honor rising stars, influential people in the business community, embodying our spirit of entrepreneurship under 40. So that's a big fundraiser for us, where we get food vendors and people from all over the community to come. And there's always different ways to engage volunteers throughout the year, whether it's in a school setting or on our simulation site.
And before we wrap up, I mean, I really want to stress that JA, for all the great work that you do, you really are a volunteer-based organization. So if people are interested in volunteering, I would urge them to check out the website, get more involved in that, because you are really getting involved with an incredible organization. David, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Please feel free to come back whenever you like. Give us updates on junior achievement, how you guys are doing. You've been watching Across Louisiana. My name is Steve Sawyer. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. We greatly appreciate it, and we will see you next time.